Good morning, everybody. This is the Bart Winkler Show, and what a show it will be as the Packers defeat the Kansas City Chiefs. Still trying to work through everything that just happened as we come to you on the Dan Schani Insurance YouTube stream right after the game, as we always do during these Packer games. And there was a lot going on in those last 2 minutes on that last drive. There was an interception, and then we got a field goal, which I don't know, 48 from Carlson. Yeah. Then they needed 8 because they had gone for 2. The Chiefs did prior. Then there looked to be, there was a real bad Jonathan Owens. He was in bounds. That was fine. And then there was a fumble. Oh, my God, what's going on? It's a fumble. Oh, it's not really a fumble. But Isaiah Pacheco tries to sucker punch a guy. He's out of there, so they don't have him. And then they try to go to the end zone to MVS. MVS. Oh, how could you do this to us? You run deep. You were never good at catching balls, but you were good at drawing pass interference. Not this time, MVS. Packers get away with 1. Mahomes then throws it deep. Then throws it for 5 yards. What? Incomplete. Then throws it to the end zone. It's another incompletion. The Green Bay Packers win 27 to, 19. What? Here come the swears. This may be a profanity. You what the fuck? Scott says, what a fucking win. Jake R says that was epic. Gotta go, Pack, go here from Coffee for Favre. Troy on Facebook. All you need is love. I do like Love Shove. I do. A little too much on the Taylor Swift. Not the broadcast. I actually wish they would have showed her more. I think they only showed her once. Too many of you guys on the old onlines being like, oh, it's a love story. Oh, Dobbs, take me far away. Okay, all right. Okay, we get it. Taylor Swift is a human, a very successful and generous and beautiful human, but a human nonetheless. So this is the Bart Winkler Show. We are rocking and rolling. I'm trying to catch my breath and get the StreamYard link up for everybody that wants to join. Do you remember earlier in this season? This is the very same season, my friends. This is the very same season in which people used to come on this little YouTube basement tackboard wall show, and nearly cry after Packers wins because, we just want draft position. Oh, we want to draft 10 instead of 13. You motherfuckers were wrong then, and you know you're wrong now because the Green Bay Packers got the dub over the Chiefs, which I do believe puts us into the 7 seed. We'll check on that. Rams got there. Packers have the tiebreaker over them. The Packers' schedule is not good coming up. They got the Giants next week. Tampa's in there. Carolina, the Bears, and I think one more time with Minnesota. I was thinking, all right, you lose this game, you go to 5-7. People are going to think maybe it's not the year, okay? And then all of a sudden, there's all these wins that stack up. And you can lose this one and maybe one more and maybe find your way in. Packers are really going to have to kick themselves in the nuts to not make the playoffs with this upcoming schedule. And that's where we're at. The Packers at 6-6. It's been an up and down season. There have been some games that have been very, very bad, like boring bad. There have been games where it's like, what is going on? People have been calling in and saying, Matt LaFleur sucks. God, who has ever said that? Me. Although I realize Matt LaFleur calling a genius play is like having to go to, is the planet Volmir for the Soul Stone? He called a great play, but it comes with sacrifice. He called a great play, but they had to sacrifice Christian Watson's hammy. We'll see if he's okay. Speaking of that hammy, I don't know. I think he'll be bad. I don't know. He didn't look like devastatingly bad, but the over-under on him, we've talked about this, for touchdowns this season was 4.5. 4.5 touchdowns for Jordan Love. That didn't make any sense. He's got 5 now. And so maybe he got in just before we're going to see some missed time from him. I don't know. I don't want to speculate. Packers have an extra day to recover. Remember, they're next on Monday night. But as it stands, they are 6-6 Watson with a great game. We'll talk about that. 7 for 71 and a couple of scores, and just an overall great night. And I think what I'm loving the most, and I did go find some old Jordan Love tweets again, and I did go find some old Packer tweets again. But what I'm loving the most is I've always tried to fight against our entitledness as Packer fans. And, we'll see how things play out, whatever. But I've always tried to fight against it. No, we're not entitled. No. There's no way. Just embrace it. I'm just going to embrace it. We are entitled. I don't want to watch shit seasons. Even in the seasons where we're supposed to suck, I still want to be in the playoff race. Okay? I still want to have fun. This game felt like a good, old-fashioned, classic Packers game where it's competitive against a really good team in prime time. That's what you got in this game tonight. And it felt like, for the most part, we should win. Now, I'm always looking. I saw some of you guys out there saying good game after every field goal, thinking there's plenty of you. You don't have to do that. First half was very funny. First half was, wow, this is great. We're so good. This is so fun. I can't believe it. And then as soon as the Chiefs scored to make it like a 2-point game, oh, good while it lasted. Come on. Even if they do make the playoffs, even if they do tear apart their winnable schedule, they're still not as good as the Chiefs. They beat them tonight, but they're not as good as the Chiefs. So if they would have lost this game, that would have been fine. It would have been okay. We would have said, all right, tough, getting closer. Schedule's easy. Jordan Love played really well. Wish they would have kind of found a way to score there at the end, but yeah, whatever. We're getting better, and this is good progress. I don't know, man. I mean, the Packers are the Packers are good at 6-6. I know they've gotten a lot better. I believe they've won 4 of their last 5. They did it without Jair Alexander again. They did it without Musgrave again. Nice touchdown there from the other tight end. Sims? Bart. You know this. Yes, Ben Sims. They did it without Aaron Jones. They've been doing it without him. So this is great to see. What a night. What a night indeed. I do want to remind you about the way that you can keep this party going. Our friends at Happy Place Hemp, happyplacehemp.com, promo code BART, 25% off every order with the code BART. It is a great stocking stuffer. If you get like your brother or sister-in-law or an uncle and you're like, well, what do I get him in this gift exchange? Get him some gummies, a certified hit. You can get them the CBD, CBN ones. They help you sleep. I will need probably to take one. I'm very charged up again, pounding my Diet Mountain Dew. Okay, as I get ridiculed for, that is fine. I'll need to take those. You can get them the Delta 8s, the Delta 9s. Make your Christmas a little more fun and exciting when you're sitting around. Everybody's playing Diamond Mine, Candy Crush, or whatever the fuck you play on your phones at Christmas. Hey, did you see this Facebook meme there, Bart? Yeah, 7 weeks ago. Did you have that one in the chamber for the next family get-together, man? So that's 7 weeks ago. Okay? So sure. Happyplacehemp.com. The promo code is BART, 25% off every order. Again, happyplacehemp.com. The promo code is BART. You can also check them out in Muskego. If you can't get to Muskego, you can go to the website. They will send it to you free of charge. Wherever you are, they will send it to you. Josh says, some YouTube comments here. Josh says, the non-calls were nice. Go Pack. Packers had every call go their way. That's from KJ. Sean says, not this time, MVS. Mitch says, Love's bucket to Dobbs. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What was that? 4th down play. Just floats it up there. They had mentioned cornhole, but that's the bucket toss. That stupid little bucket thing that they always do. And it's always like, oh, is Rodgers going to get it in there? Oh, can Love be as good as Rodgers was? That's essentially what that was. That was the bucket toss right in there. It was great. Jake says Collinsworth is not going to let his wife sleep tonight, trying to convince her pass interference on the Hail Mary. I love Collinsworth because he's given up on – well, no, that's not true. I do think that in the immediate action of games, Collinsworth is as good as anybody. In the immediate actions, he's as good as anybody there is, okay? Instant analysis, I think, is fantastic. I think he's wonderful. But sometimes he just gives up and he's just like, oh, gosh, I don't know, man. Oh, come on, you believe it, man? Are you kidding me, man? No way, man. Sometimes I'll just get into that like Huckleberry Finn. No, you gotta be joking me, man. I like when he goes into that. Oh, no way, man. I like that. Shane says, how much more does Jordan Love need to do to silence the haters? I've said since preseason he has it. How others don't see it is perplexing. There was one guy I found on Twitter, a Bears fan, obviously, who had guaranteed Love would never win a game with us. Love would never win a game. And then people were cocking off to him, and we said, no, man. He goes, oh, no, blah, blah. Whatever. Bad story. Look on my Twitter. I not only was I finding old tweets for me, I was searching old tweets too. We'll see how the reception is here. We do have boots on the ground with Dave. Gotta see if we got you or not. Dave was at the game tonight. Dave, I see you. What's up, bud? I'll wait for the delay here. Dave, just talk and say something. I see him. He sees me. Dave,
you there?
Yes. Just talk. Talk about your night. Okay. Say something. Speak. All right. Okay. Dave, once Dave gets some service. Oof, Tim, post. If I hear that one in the podcast tomorrow, you are fucking toast. Captain Coolsman says, I was so sure that 3rd and 18 Joe Barry special to start the second half was going to be the death of us. Thankfully, Jordan Love is that guy. Do we have to? Do we have to do some apologizing? I've held people over the fire about Jordan Love. Do I have to do some apologizing for Matt LaFleur? Do we have to do some apologizing for Joe Barry? Joe Barry does not let these teams score. I'll look up the numbers here, but that's pretty impressive. Oh my God, Lisa's here.
Hey.
Hey, Lisa, what's up?
Nothing. I'm just super excited. And I will admit that I owe apologies.
Yeah, to who? Me?
Yeah, to you.
Thanks.
For saying Love was awful. He's gotten better.
Yeah.
And so
what do you think? You wanted him to be Rodgers year 10 already.
I didn't want Rodgers back. I just wanted to see improvements in Love. So okay. I'm happy with how he's doing in this last game. That was good. I did text you during the game, and I wasn't confident we were going to win. So I was one of those people as well. So I guess just apologies all the way around, Bart.
Lisa, for you, I just want you to have a better experience watching these games.
I know. It wasn't fun. I mean, I drank some wine, so I guess it got better, but I got nervous.
Well, then the wine will do that. Well, I'm going to see if I have Dave. Do I have Dave? No, Dave just went away. God damn it, Dave.
Is Dave the one at the game?
Yeah, he got back in here, and then he disappeared again.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. So you like the team, huh? Or no? I can't read you.
Yeah, I think the team's looking good. I think we should be excited about the playoffs. I'm sure there's going to be the people on here that get mad again that we won, wrecked the playoff pick, and all that jazz. But I think that's ridiculous. Be a Packer fan or don't be a Packer fan. Make a choice.
How did you move to Florida and sound more Wisconsin?
My parents are here this week, so I gained their accent back when they come here.
Please, that's worse than mine.
Does it sound really bad? Oh no! All right, I don't know how to fix it. Well, it is what it is.
Maybe when they leave. Okay, well let's catch up in real life, not this weird way.
Okay, sounds good. Bye,
Thanks,
dude.
Lisa. Bye.
Bye.
I had a feeling we might see this guy tonight. I was gonna text you, but I never want to intrude. But Toby Altizer's here on the stream tonight.
Let's go. Big win for the Pack. Love it.
Toby, what did you tell me during the game? If I may. First of all, fuck college football. Okay.
Yeah, big time. Big time.
I'll have more on that later in the week, but I want to keep this a Packers show today, but fuck college football.
Yeah, I might text you about that if you're not busy tomorrow night.
A couple of things you said was, must be nice to be a fan of a team that always has a quarterback.
Yeah. Yep.
Wait, you're allowed to complete fourth down prayers?
I mean, did every Packers fan have that same flashback of it was like a 4th and 1 and you see someone just floating one up off their back foot and you're like, I've seen this story a million times. I mean, it's never completed and all of a sudden it just falls right into Dobbs's lap. He couldn't drop it even if he wanted to. Just spectacular. Yeah, it's awesome. And I love the way that Love plays, and I think that Collinsworth did a good job of talking about it. Like he looks like Rodgers the way that he plays, but he plays more like Favre, but not as risky. Like it's a beautiful mix of both of them. Like you can see how he throws off platform and various things, kind of like Rodgers. And he likes to play a little more gunslinger than Rodgers because, you know, the knock on Rodgers for years is, oh, he never takes chances. That's definitely not the case with Love, but he's also not an idiot and throws it into triple coverage all the time. And it seemed like he's grown throughout the years. So I don't know, man. Like I had my cousin text to me saying like, hey, they should go do this in the offseason. I'm like, I don't know that I'm changing anything. Obviously, you're going to draft people and improve, but the way things are rolling right now, it's looking good for you guys.
Well, it's very interesting because, and I was just talking about apologies that need to be made. Like Matt LaFleur just improved to 16-0 in December.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, and I don't know. We can dissect every win and see what happened, but this was a very good night. I think they were aggressive when they needed to be. I don't really know at any time where I was like, oh, you should do the opposite thing. Going for it on 4th, even late in the game where Love eventually was smart enough not to throw it away and keep time on the clock, went down. Collinsworth on that one, we were talking Collinsworth, he's kind of like thinking it was a bad decision that he took a sack, but then realized it was only a 48-yard field goal. And the clock was, and it's like in his head, he was like, well, I don't know, maybe it wasn't so bad. You know, it kind of was like going through his head at the time. Yeah. And then like with Joe Barry, so we all hate his guts, but he's allowed 19, 22, 20, 23, 3, 24. Like if we know that a Joe Barry team is going to allow 22-ish points, I think we can live on that. Now, like if there's somebody better, please, like don't just go into the offseason even if they're good and just be like, all right, Joe Barry, we're good on there. No, sniff around a little bit, take some applications, inquire about a friend, but I don't know. I don't like look at these games and immediately want to fire Joe Barry. And I was so out on LaFleur, and I mean, maybe. I think my signal's cutting out, but maybe I didn't do the bit. I was going to try to I was going to pretend to say maybe I was wrong and then take the video off, and then it didn't work.
No, but I think you brought up a good point where I think it's more LaFleur's offense now, and you combine that with young guys, and it just takes time. And it's something that we're talking about here in DC. We talked about patience with Bieniemy and Howell, and we started to see some growth. It's kind of gone backwards now, but it took some time. It's so easy to say that at the beginning of the year. You're like, oh, it's a young group, and they're going to have to adjust to how Love does things and kind of get back into what LaFleur does without Rodgers. And you say all that stuff, and then 5 weeks into the season, you're not preaching that same thing. You're basically saying, what the heck is going on and all this stuff. But I think you're starting to see, obviously, the young guys are growing and becoming more mature and understanding what to do. And I think you're seeing LaFleur get more comfortable and, okay, this is what I want the offense to look like. I love the stuff, getting the edges moving with the reverses. I love the play action stuff. I mean, Love obviously made some incredible plays tonight, but some of the stuff is just pretty basic reads for him where he just needs to make a nice throw, and he did it. So LaFleur's making life as easy as possible on some throws. So I think that you're seeing just a nice gel of the quarterback with the playmakers, with the play caller, and I mean, that's how you get an offense rolling like it is. And, excellent game plan tonight to make it so that you're not – it ended up being a decent scoring game, but it wasn't because there was like 20 possessions each. It was just limit the possessions, run the ball, take your time, methodically move the ball down the field, and score when you get down there. And I thought they did a heck of a job tonight.
I like this comment from Daniel. He says, "Love is Favre plus Rodgers." So what if we had Favre, then we have Rodgers, and then eventually Love is like he's the greatest quarterback of all time. What if we went from Hall of Famer to Hall of Famer to the fucking greatest quarterback of all time? Now I know, but I mean that would be funny. I do want to fly through just some of the comments that are coming in, and also bring in Tack. Tack, have you been on with Toby ever?
Maybe once or twice.
Okay, Toby,
have you done the Shorewood soccer at all?
I have. Not recently, but I've done it before.
Yeah. Were you in place of somebody? Did you like supersede somebody?
No idea.
What are you talking about, me?
Yeah. Didn't you one time get like punked by Toby?
No, we both filled in for a guy.
Yeah.
Shorewood's got another guy, and we both have filled in. Toby had to drive like 70 miles to get there, and I just had to walk 3 blocks, and I still drove.
Yeah, and you also drive 70 miles to go to the game?
To go to where?
Oh,
yeah. Well, yeah, I think I got to talk to them about that. I don't know if
Oh, is that no longer a thing?
I just got to talk about it.
I didn't listen to anything before I tuned in, but I heard Toby saying something about like the misdirection and like play calling. Loved it. There was a lot of good, opportunity for Love to get some open passes for a change. I don't know. It looked good. What did you think about LaFleur, Bart?
I think that he is like, so I've been very critical of him. And then the last few games, especially when we've won, notice I haven't brought him up at all.
Mm-hmm.
I think that says all that. And I think that tells the story. I'm not going to come out here and be like, well, I kind of just did. I gave him credit, but you don't rush to the front of the line to say, I might have overreacted too soon, please.
But doesn't it seem like this was a classic game, at least with Rodgers and LaFleur, that they would come out flats and they would be down 21-0 after, a quarter and a half in, and you have people complaining all throughout, and there's murmuring all throughout the stands and all that. It seemed like that kind of a spot because we've seen that all too much with LaFleur, and they came out and they looked like the better team and they were prepared from the jump. So we've seen some games like that with LaFleur too, but we've seen too many where they seemed unprepared. But I mean, heck of a job tonight to have those guys ready to roll.
I think so too. I think it's like the team is totally coming together. LaFleur has been whatever he is all season, but I think the team is like starting to buy into whatever and playing really well together. So,
well, and that's the thing that I've done some interviews this week where I bring that up because I've done interviews. I did one on a station, and then I was on this week, so it's been a month. But I said, look, guys, last time I talked to you, I made a very emphatic point that bringing a team that's young all together at once in football is a stupid idea. You could do it in baseball. You can do it in basketball. You can't do it in football. And that's kind of like what they're doing. And it's kind of working.
Kind of.
So I think there was a lot of like, I don't know. There's a lot going on with where we're at as fans. Because we didn't have Rodgers. We weren't expected to be good. We also didn't have anybody else. We had these weird games, a lot of success early in some games, a lot of failure early. We're trying to figure out how to fan, how to cope, how to react, how to be. And now here we are 6-6. I don't know. I think that let's just take a fresh start. Nothing that ever happened counts. This is a new 5-game season where we play teams that are all dog shit. And we'll go from there.
Yeah, we have like a really favorable schedule. Like we could certainly limp into the playoffs.
Giants, Tampa, Carolina, Vikings, Bears.
Well, I mean, the thing, like,
you lose 2 of those, you've still won 9 games.
The thing is, Tack, like you say, limp into the playoffs, and that very well may be the case. But I mean, the way the offense is playing tonight, it's not like Kansas City's defense is the Kansas City's defense of years past. Like, the only reason they were 8-3 coming into tonight was the defense. So for them to move the ball like they did, I think their offense, if they're playing like that, can compete with anyone. Obviously, it's going to be tough to beat a San Francisco or a Dallas or a Philly, but I mean, if you get them and your defense is playing fine and Joe Barry doesn't have them looking like idiots, like they can put up 25 points on just about anybody with the way they were playing tonight. So I think it's one of those things, like you said, Bart, when you go all in, because I didn't love it what Goody did, where it's just like all in on the young and everything is young, like out with everything old, go completely young. I think this is kind of the roller coaster you go on. So hopefully it's something they can still be consistent as they go throughout the rest of the year. But I mean, it's just, you're going to have a bad start generally because it's going to take some time to gel, but it seems like they're starting to figure things out. Now it's just keeping things consistent down the stretch and see what happens if you can get into the playoffs. But I mean, the way things are rolling right now, why not? I don't see why they can't be a playoff team and at least win one playoff game.
Well, here's another Fondy guy tag. Derek says, we are 1 game closer to getting destroyed by the Eagles after the Niners dominated today. So I mean, make the playoffs rather than not make the playoffs. And then we'll go from there. Tyler says Owens' hit was clean as fuck. I agree.
100%.
Mahomes was in bounds. All right. I'll keep you guys if you want to stay. Here's Ben L back. Had him on the Bucks show, a couple of Bucks shows. Good to see you. And Matt in the Falls. And before anything, our condolences.
Nope. I can't. Nope.
Matt's a Florida State guy.
That's a bad look.
All right, Ben, Packer take.
I am a MLF hater, and I'm not apologizing. We win because of him, and we lose because of him. I don't see why I have to apologize for that.
Well, maybe not in December because he's never lost in this month. So
that's a crazy stat. I don't. Yeah.
So you know how like people do like no shave November, or
he does
no nut November,
December, yeah,
or no nut 2023. You know, everything's
yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, that was a crazy one. I made it like a week.
Oh shit. I got to do a no complaint about LaFleur December. If he wins, he wins.
Yeah,
but that doesn't mean he's a good coach.
No, I know, but I'll revisit it in January again. If he's going to win, I'm going to stop bitching. I know that.
Okay, actually, I take that back.
Maybe
he's not a great play call. He's not a consistent play caller.
Well, the greatest play he called tonight, Christian Watson died on. So that's
the greatest play he called tonight didn't have enough time to develop. That was that tight end
where
he brought motion with Reed across, trips on the right side, and then he Love dropped straight back, and Kraft was like a millisecond away from just a touchdown.
Oh yeah,
that play was nice. I was kind of bummed that it didn't work out, but I still hate Matt LaFleur.
I guess I got some comments here that on the NBC broadcast, because we jump right on here, they're like really bitching there was no pass interference on a Hail Mary.
Yeah,
really? There never is.
I would throw a Hail Mary on every play if you're going to.
Did the Packers? Did they do something bad?
I mean, Owens
touched somebody again.
It's typical Hail Mary stuff.
Yeah. We should have had one called on MVS.
Yeah, that
was blatant.
Yeah, that's horrible.
That happens in a playoff game. They changed the rules. That was egregious.
Yeah,
but the Mahomes hit was egregious.
Hey, I saw a comment that said it was MVS. It was deemed uncatchable.
Oh fuck, that is nice. All right, Matt, thoughts? Good to see you on a Packers stream, bud.
I won't be here long. I'm just here to gloat.
Yeah.
We were right.
Is that the bowl? Which bowl is it?
What?
Which bowl is Florida State in? Is that the one you're gloating about?
Toby.
I mean, come on.
That was mean.
Yeah, it was mean, but come on.
Matt's crushed.
I think
crushed.
they played Georgia, right? I mean, they could prove it if they beat Georgia.
You think I'm not crushed watching Tyreek Hill run by all my DBs today?
That was rough.
Sorry, Matt.
I don't think I want Florida State to win.
Well, they're not going. Well, I said that. Okay, so I said they're not going to about Marquette. I said Marquette would beat Wisconsin, and I said the Lions would beat the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. So I'm not on this show. I'm not saying anything anymore.
Yeah, you're done.
I'm done.
I don't know. I'll talk more about Florida State this week, but I am like Matt. Matt is sad, and it will take him maybe never to get over this. But I'm also furious.
The
I'm
Texas pick is
frustrated.
egregious.
That was a joke. I'm sorry. I'm frustrated as well.
All right, here's some more comments. Joe says Joe and Iowa's got the whole family gathered around the fire watching us like old-timey radio.
Nice.
That's nice. A lot of complaints about the broadcast. I'm catching up. I'm like 30 minutes behind on the tweet. Tony Czar says Pack is back. A nice old friend. Derek's back. He says Green Bay loses to the Niners tonight by 40. I don't. Why do you care about that right now? So what's that say about the Chiefs then? If you think that, what's that say about the Chiefs?
Chiefs are terrible. Their receivers are going to kill them this year. Like, they got away with it last year because at least Juju would show up. Who's showing up for them? Like, I like Rice, but they got nothing at receiver.
Well, yeah, Travis Kelce.
But I'm saying they literally wide receivers.
Literally wide
Like,
receivers. They have nobody.
Sky Moore just stops on a route so Keyshawn Nixon can pick it off.
That was
If you took the NFL talent of Sky Moore, Kadarius Toney, Rashee Rice, and MVS, like I think combined, it's maybe a Malik Heath. Like brutal. Tim says, as the game went on, this felt and looked like a Rodgers in his semi-prime against Mahomes. Pack looked kind of good. Anybody that's ever wanted to see a Rodgers versus Mahomes game, I don't know. I think we kind of saw one tonight. That's how I feel.
We've had
Brandon, I'll do a couple more comments here. Brandon says this is incredibly fun. Love looks so comfortable out there. Great to see him let loose. Stalis Tom says the biggest reason for their now being winning football is the offensive line. Crazy what happens when you have time to throw. That is a really good point. The first few weeks, Love did not have a lot of time in the pocket, and then he's throwing balls, and he's getting a lot of criticism for it. And now he does. I mean, that's a great point because he does have a lot of time, and he's having the ability to make plays happen. And it's not, when he was throwing the ball downfield at the beginning of the season, it seemed like it was always in double or triple coverage. Now these guys are definitely open. So this is great. I wonder about, I'll ask you guys this in terms of, because this was the Sunday night game, and I think as the shows talk about the NFL this week, there's going to be a lot of attention onto what happened with the Eagles, how they got destroyed. And I was shocked about that. I thought that them being a 3-point underdog was very disrespectful. And then they got flat out murdered. And the Niners pissed me off. Yeah. But I think also there's going to be some discussion about the Chiefs. And if they're not the juggernaut that they were, having struggled a few times, I think, oh my God, Pacheco's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, not only does he throw a good left hook, he's a really strong runner.
Got set up there.
Yeah, he's a really strong runner. And it's like he is his own tush push. Like he carries you another 5 yards. But they are missing something, and maybe that is a wide receiver, which they were able to mask the Super Bowl year with Kelce. But even, I don't know, Kelce's not been as productive. Like, this should have been a 7 for 120, 2-touchdown Kelce game to me. And he had catches. Well, what did he finish? Did he have 7 catches?
Yeah, I don't think he eclipsed 100.
No,
though.
4 for 81.
Yeah.
That's it.
It just seems like teams are understanding that they can go one-on-one with the wide receivers and send as many people as they want at Travis Kelce. And if they shut down Kelce, the passing game is gone, and then it just turns into Pacheco. Now, good for the Chiefs. They have good interior linemen and can just run it up the middle, and Pacheco is going to have to carry them a long ways. But at some point, if you can stop the run or at least keep the run in check and double Kelsey, maybe Rice can step up, but I don't trust any of the rest of their receivers. So I don't know. Like, I'm a huge Mahomes guy, but I don't know. I don't know that they can dig themselves out of this one.
Oh, some comments when Lisa came on earlier. People were telling her to run. Tony in Texas is coming for you.
I saw that.
Jesus, guys. Fucking creeps. Zach wants to talk about Jackson Churio.
That was solid. That was a great signing.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and he was at the Bucks game the other night, and as a part of it feels, I felt this way at the Braves. Part of it feels like, I don't know. I feel like we're taking advantage of him.
Yeah.
You are, to an extent.
But he's only going to be 26, right?
I mean, to an extent you are, but you're also giving him $80 million without ever seeing him take a major league at bat, and possibly 115. So it's risk on both sides. You're leaving money on the table if you're Churio, but at the same point, you're guaranteeing yourself $85 million without ever doing anything in the bigs. I think you take that 100% of the time.
Oh, I agree. And I'm glad it happened. A lot of people talking about Collinsworth. Kevin wants to know when the apology tour is for LaFleur. I said I'll just back off from it for a while, but Ben's like, no, fuck that. I'm in.
Yeah, I'm committed to the MLF should still go.
Who else is commenting here? Oh, Gitchy Gammy.
Dylan. I feel like I'm being trolled with that post.
So I thought AJ Dillon tonight looked pretty fine, in a good way.
That's like the greatest compliment I would ever give him.
You know, here's the thing with AJ Dillon. He was 18 for 73 tonight, and I'm looking at what I'm focused on is yards per carry. Last week I thought he was really good against Detroit, but then I look and it's 14 of 43, 3.1 yards a carry. Tonight was 4.1 yards a carry. I think so AJ Dillon's not getting tripped up on his own feet.
That should be yards per shoelace, because every time someone touches his shoelace, he falls over.
I mean,
that's the thing. These AJ Dillon runs, every time he gets the ball, it looks like, oh my God.
Here we go. And then you fucking just
40-yard
falls over.
This is the 40-yard run coming, and then the 4-yard run.
Yep. He also took out 2 Chiefs tonight, Tranquil and, unfortunately, Brian Cook.
Yeah, I don't like seeing that.
Well, I mean, that's AJ Dillon, man. He's a bruiser of a running back.
Yeah.
Who's the bigger bruiser, Pacheco at 190 or AJ Dillon at 260?
God, I would love Pacheco.
Pacheco's unbelievable, man.
Yeah.
Craig Thompson, the biggest hire in the offseason is a new strength and conditioning coordinator. How many hamstring injuries are too much? The Watson, when he went down, I was like, oh, that's a nice, smart play and a very –
That's what I thought, too.
Like, a very odd way to go down, though. And then he's like, ah!
I should laugh. That's not.
I feel like him pulling up like that is why he hurt his hamstring.
I feel like he's going to get fined for faking it.
No, if you watch, he's running, and then, when he's, trying to motor down, on the second one, he's like, oh, shoot, hammy. So, I don't know. I mean, it was a good play, but hopefully he's all right.
That sucks, because he was having a game, man.
Rick on YouTube, the Dan Schani YouTube stream, says, I've been watching the Packers since around 1970. I haven't been as excited for them and their future in a long time. I think, I don't know if that might, Rick, you might have to, think about that a little more. Because when Favre was coming up, you had to be excited. And when Rodgers, you knew was going to be good. But I think where this is different is there's it's still hard to believe. Even against the first half against the Lions last week, it's like, what? And then the first half tonight, especially the first quarter, it's like, it's still I don't even expect the other shoe to drop. I'm just and I saw a lot of Bears fans talking about it tonight, but are they really doing it again? Is this really going to happen again? Where even if Jordan Love isn't the combination of Rodgers and Favre, like Guy said earlier, if he's just good, it's it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer to me. I want this guy as a quarterback for another 7 years. What do you got to pay him? Pay him.
Well, and
I'm all in now.
the whole thing is unknown. Like, at least with Rodgers, when it started, it's like, oh, you still got Donald Driver and some other carryovers from with Favre. This one, aside from Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon, which you kind of understand, but like the receivers are all young, and you're like, wow, this dude could be a stud. Jaden Reed looks awesome. If Christian Watson can stay healthy and play like he did tonight, you're like, wow, he could be incredible. So it's more than just the quarterback. So I get it. But yeah, I mean, you're probably right. Rodgers won a Super Bowl pretty quickly when he took over. So we'll see.
So again, talking about the schedule, and one thing about the schedule that I do want to mention is that you can schedule your next brunch at Tupelo Honey, TupeloHoneyCafe.com. So that I need to get out there. I need to really get out there. We had a promotion in November where if you put Bart Winkler Show in the reservation notes, downtown Milwaukee, great Southern food. My brother went there today and had an insanely good meal that I want to show you a picture of if you're on the stream. Looks like we got, you can see that here. Look at that.
Oh, that looks incredible.
Look at that breakfast. I mean, that is a brunch. So the offer's extended. If you put Bart Winkler Show in the reservation notes or let your server know, 20% off food. So it's 20% off the food. If you're going to go in there and just like booze all night, that's not the point. You're 20% off the food, up to 6 people, good through December. And, okay, real important, the 10 days leading up to Christmas Eve, because they're closed Christmas Day, but the 10 days leading up to Christmas Eve, from the 15th to the 24th, when you go there with the Bart Winkler thing, you'll also get either a free appetizer or dessert.
I'm in.
So that starts on the 15th.
Merry Christmas.
And they do have a Christmas Eve brunch. So check it all out, TupeloHoneyCafe.com. Lewis says, Packers' scariest team coming into the playoffs. Crazy part is we're not healthy. Haven't been all year. I mean, I don't know what we're going to look like in 5 weeks. Back with what Derek was saying, you know, we play the Niners, we play the Eagles, that we're not going to be favored. And winning there might be a miracle. But I would rather like all these other years that we've been in the playoffs, we've had expectations. Let's not have some expectations. Let's just go and see what happens. So we go and get killed by the Niners. It's not like it's the Rodgers MVP season and we get killed right away. That was crushing. And even when we lose, we're going to be sad, of course. But we got no expectations. It's different.
If we beat the Niners, okay, say just hypothetical. Say we make the playoffs, we play the Niners in the first round, and we beat the Niners. Are you mad we don't advance after that, or are you just good with that?
I think what our playoff run, assuming we get there, is going to feel like is the year that the Browns got there during COVID and they beat the Steelers. They were up 28-0 right away. Stefanski's watching this game from his basement, and it just felt like, oh my God, this is great. And the Browns, I think they should have hung on to Baker, but he does not look good anymore. Holy shit. You see some of his interceptions today?
No, I didn't really watch that game. Who'd they play again? The
Panthers. They barely beat them.
I don't know why I didn't watch that game, but
hey, shout out to Lucas Van Ness getting a sack.
That was nice.
Shout out to Rashawn Gary with another sack. Who haven't I mentioned yet that I do want to celebrate?
Tight end, that 89, I think it was, the touchdown. That was
Ben Sims with a touchdown.
Yeah, who's that?
I'd like to play to Reed to start the game. James Robinson got a carry.
No, he should not be on the NFL football field. Do not give a shout out to James Robinson. I will drop
Contavian Wicks, Romeo Dobbs, Quay Walker had 13 tackles. Corey Ballantyne, 10 tackles. You know what I really thought they did a good job of tonight was open field tackles. I thought they did a really good job at that. Ballantyne had one early.
Yeah, that one on MBS at the end of the game was a great open field tackle.
Yeah. Toby, I'm catching up to comments. People are split on your dig at Matt in the Falls.
I mean, come on. That was kind of funny. It's mean.
You got some why'd you do that, Toby, and a couple of thank you, Tobys. Adam says, did Watson just have cramps? He looked to be fine after the game.
That could have been it. Yeah, maybe it wasn't a hamstring. Maybe we overreacted. Maybe it was
Yeah,
like
'cause
a significant cramp.
29 degrees and snowy is perfect cramped weather.
It's definitely a hammy, but who knows?
Nah.
How
I
just
could
hoping
try
for
to
the
get some
best.
updates here on let me see what Ryan Wood's up to. Matt LaFleur 4 minutes ago. Matt LaFleur says he doesn't know yet the severity of the injury. And then he says he's been really good. Ask Matt LaFleur about the playoffs. Says, haven't thought about him once. He knows Packers aren't going to sneak up on anybody now. People will be gunning at us. And I still went into this game not really thinking playoffs. I really haven't thought playoffs at all season. And I haven't thought draft. I said it. I haven't thought draft all season. But now 6-6, dude. The schedule is awful, like in a good way. We're in a playoff chase, man.
We are
right
against
now
the Rams.
the 7 seed.
I mean, to be
thought that Rams win was big.
this might be LaFleur's toughest test right here with it, because he's got to keep a young team focused. They're in a playoff spot now. They could get distracted with everything. It's not hard to get them excited for Thanksgiving against the Lions. It's not hard to get them excited for a Sunday night game against the Chiefs at Lambeau. Like that's not difficult, but some random Sunday afternoon game coming down the stretch here against a team with a losing record, if you start looking at we're in the playoffs, everything's going well, some team come catch you off guard. I think
My guy,
he's got it cut out for him. He's got his work cut out for him.
Tyrod Taylor, coming back from the Giants, raising them from the ashes like a phoenix.
Oh, Tommy DeVito.
Tommy DeVito.
Slim Lewis says, huge win. Packers wanted it more. This young team is super fun to watch develop. Quick timeout to thank everybody that's in the stream right now. Also, please subscribe if you're here. Okay. Subscribe to I'm almost at 2,000. Okay. I'm trying to so subscribe to the YouTube page if you're here. If you're watching on Twitter or Facebook, I throw those up at random times, but I'm always on YouTube. Grant says, Grant Bills. He says, Kelsey looks old. Also, weirdly, I wanted to see more Taylor on NBC.
Holy shit, I didn't see her once.
I saw her once.
I think she was only shown one time.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe they were counting Patrick Taylor as Taylor quota.
I
They were
feel
like,
like,
"Oh, we showed.
I feel like Travis Kelce has always looked, but he looks like extra slow this year.
We did see on the broadcast Simone Biles.
That was
But
nice.
that was a pregame. We did not see Tony Shalhoub on the broadcast. He was there. You may know him from Monk. And we did not see Liv Morgan on the broadcast. She's a WWE superstar. So I would have liked to see them on the broadcast.
Are these random people you're bringing up, or were they actually at the game?
They were there.
How do you know that?
I read the WWE Twitter account.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Q says, Toby, you're only here to show off your beard.
Yeah, remember I shaved the last time I was on here, I think.
Now, thoughts. Ben L's here. Toby's here. The Love Shove. Do we like the name?
That's
At
hilarious.
first, I hated it. Instantly, within 2 seconds, I loved it.
Love it.
Yeah. Better
Other
than
good suggestions I saw. Someone tweeted me, name it the Cheesy Squeezy.
That's not TV appropriate, probably.
Or, I like this one, the Gold Rush.
Ooh.
They're all good.
That seems more of a Niners one, though.
Yeah, no.
Like it would have fit perfectly if Hackett were still here.
Oh, with the Gold Zone. Matt wants us to give Love his flowers. Undefeated in December. I ain't taking anything away from him.
I drafted Love in the 16th round of a fantasy league to be my starter the entire season and not bench him, and I'm in first place.
Hey.
Good for you.
So
Good for you.
that's my Love brag. I'm trying to win the league with Love as the just quarterback the entire season.
Stalis Tom asked me if I would stream a watch party. I don't think for a Packer game. I think there's plenty of people that do that. Now, I will do one if the Bucks are in the in-season tournament final.
I want to try and hold it together here.
That'll be Saturday night.
So Bart wants a reason to drink.
The 83rd game of the season that no one should know.
There were some comments here saying we want more tack. Look at that. Motherfucker's back. How about
All
that?
right.
We're going to go to White Claw.
Oh yeah, White Claw this time. I think that was my friend Kevin Botting.
Oh, yeah, Kevin.
Shout out to Kevin.
Yeah. All right. Well, you come back. What's up?
I don't know what were we talking about. I didn't listen to anything.
Oh, I think we said we wanted to see more Taylor Swift.
I was happy with the lack of Taylor Swift coverage. I think they got the fan input. We didn't want it.
Disagree. I want it a lot. I think we were just kind of naming people and telling them, saying the good things they did. It was real groundbreaking stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
We're talking about the playoffs. We're talking about the journey of this season and how now we can start to think about, beyond, and how if they make the playoffs this year, it'll be a totally different experience because there won't be pressure. You never want your season to end. And if they make the playoffs, I'll come on here after a loss and be all fucking pissy. But it won't be because we have a window here.
All right. After the last few games, I'm going to be Paul Emig. My hair isn't curly enough. Is Jordan Love the guy? Is he Daniel Jones money? Is he $40 million a year?
Daniel Jones.
Who are you?
That's Bart's. That's a classic Bart take right there. Daniel
No, it's
Jones.
Paul. It's a Paul Emig question. Is he the guy?
Is that why what are you doing with your hair to be Paul?
I mean, I don't have curly hair. I was just trying to.
No, that'll probably come up this week. And yes, pay him whatever he wants.
How could he not?
But you better pay him soon. I know they can't extend him till March, but dude, what would he command on an open market right now? Real quick.
So I wonder that same question.
No, more than that.
What'd you say, Ben?
25.
Love would command at least 35.
35.
Yeah, 30.
You know how many quarterbacks he's better than right now?
You think
19. I do. I've done this exercise actually, and him and Sam Howell are about the same.
Toby,
I would lean Love right now
by one spot.
A few more.
Sure, but he has his body of work is not great. His body of work is not huge. Sample size is small.
Right now, I would have Love probably 3 or 4 spots ahead of Sam Howell, but that's shifted over the last.
Okay, hold on. I'll do it. Not Tua, not Lamar, not Trevor, not Mahomes. That's 4.
Dak.
I'm just going through do we put him Stroud, not Stroud?
Oh, damn. I didn't. Yeah, fine. Not Stroud. Yeah, that's a new one in there.
I'd rather have him over Russell Wilson.
Yep. That's
Not
where people
Josh
get
Allen.
angry, though. That's where people get angry.
Not Allen, not Burrow, I don't know. Herbert? Fuck, y'all played Herbert.
No, Herbert's better.
Yeah.
Not Herbert, not Hurts, what about Purdy?
Fuck Purdy.
Then I'm at 11. Not Dak.
He's top half of the league. All right,
He is.
let's say that.
He's top half of the league. I'd rather have him over Bryce Young, Kyler Murray, Sam Howell, Justin Fields, any DeVito guy, Derek Carr, Baker, Geno, Stafford. I'd rather have him over most of the NFC.
Stafford is the one.
He's at worst the 5th best quarterback in the NFC.
So $40 million a year. Are you ready for it?
Yeah.
And he's better than who was leading the MVP race coming into today. I think he's been better than Hurts the last couple weeks.
It's Tony in Texas, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, hey, who did they just beat? They beat Patrick Mahomes, your so-called number 1 quarterback in the league right now. So, what more do you want? And Matt LaFleur, yes, you owe him an apology, Bart. Maybe you sent him a letter to Lombardi Avenue. I don't know. But Matt LaFleur with a signature win after a Matt LaFleur signature win. This is stepping in the right direction. They're ahead of schedule right now. These receivers are looking good. Very a la 2008 and 2009 right now, Bart, with these Packers.
Well, someone was talking about that too. Is this more like 2009 than 2008? What did we end up doing in 09? We didn't make the playoffs in 09.
That's the year we lost to the Cardinals in the playoffs when Rodgers fumbled in overtime.
Oh, okay. We were 11-5 that year.
Yeah. So
The memories.
this team is not that far off. No, they're not as good as Philly, Dallas, or San Fran, but they just beat the Detroit Lions. They just beat the defending champion Chiefs. Yes, Toby, they don't have good wide receivers. I get it. But they still have Travis Kelce. They have a hell of a defense that was knocking. Guys were just falling like flies today. I don't know what's going on with the Chiefs.
AJ Dillon.
Yeah, AJ Dillon. That's right. But the Packer defense, if they can just hold the other team to about 20 points, like you mentioned, Bart, Packers got a fighting chance to win these games. So they're doing that. We're getting progress. We've officially turned a corner, I think, from the Aaron Rodgers era. And, Brian Gutekunst, say what you want about him. He's going to have a bunch of draft capital next year.
Are we sure
this team's ready to make another jump next year. So I'm very, very bullish on the Packers right now.
Ian says hi from Australia.
Nice.
Hey, good day, mate.
That's also what someone immediately commented, and it was Q.
Hey, can I get Tracy's
Ben? Oh, hold on,
phone number?
Ben. Hold on, Ben. Daniel says Ben is clearly a pissy Bears fan wearing a Packers shirt to get on the show.
Fucking busted. They caught me.
What? All right, Tony, were you finishing?
Oh, yeah, you got Tracy's phone number.
Who?
Who's that?
Tracy?
Who's that lady that called in, Bart? What's her name?
Oh, that was Lisa, one of my oldest friends.
Lisa.
Yeah,
Not Lisa Byington, but Lisa. Okay.
I've known
Tony,
Lisa
what's your
since
hat?
I was 5 years
What hat you
old.
wearing, Tony?
5 years old.
Oh, okay. I'm just kidding. I kid. That's a hell of a win, man. And Matt LaFleur, I don't know why you've been so hard on him all year.
Crazy.
You're just you've been easy on Adrian Griffin, and then you're hard on Matt LaFleur. I don't get it.
I just basically,
There's a trial period.
first of all,
I
the
stumped
Adrian
you.
Griffin bullshit is everyone wanted him fired after a win.
Well, I want Matt LaFleur.
How many football games have we played this year? 12.
13.
Okay, you weren't here earlier. I said I've been very quiet about Matt LaFleur lately. That obviously means I'm fine with him at this point. And Ben said, no, you have to shit on him more. And I said, he's never lost in December. I have no ill will to say about him in the month of December. I'm happy with what he's doing.
Well, what's the knock on him, Ben? Lack of leadership, not enough big enough balls. What do you want from him? Better play-
Inconsistency is my problem.
They're young players, man.
No, from LaFleur's play calling, not the players.
I mean, didn't you just say a play that they designed that almost hit for a big one?
That was a nice play. That
He had
didn't hit.
several nice plays today. I mean, several that I was like, wow, that was schematically really good.
This
And
was a gem. It was a
he-
gem. I'll give you that. Yeah.
And Spagnuolo is a tough defense the Packers have struggled historically against. And Andy Reid did not call that great of a game, in my opinion. They should have been jamming the
Why did he call a timeout in the first half? What was he doing?
I don't know what Andy Reid was doing all game. I mean, they could have jammed that ball down our throat and rushed for 250 yards a la San Francisco if they wanted to.
I mean, Pacheco ran the ball, 20 times?
Pacheco's the best player in that field tonight.
They
So,
couldn't stop him.
Yeah, but
He's awesome.
who else are they going to run the football with? Like, they're not going to take it out of Mahomes' hands that much.
How did Edwards-Helaire get so bad so quick?
I don't know.
What happened there?
Like, McKinnon wasn't even active tonight, so it was DEH or Pacheco.
Here's a comment from Shano. He says, seems like people forget Jordan Love was under the tutelage of Aaron freaking Rodgers for 3 fucking years.
Yeah, and you got to give him credit on that one. Give Rodgers some props in that one.
It shows he knows his shit, intangible stuff that's very valuable. I really like that Love took that sack
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
didn't throw it away.
And I actually said the same thing. I didn't
Because
like the sack, but-
he wasn't out of field goal range.
Yeah.
Now, should they have rolled him out? Maybe a design play. Should he have tried to run up more yards? So, but
Right.
48 yards. If we didn't miss that, if we missed that 48-yard field goal, that wasn't going to be on Jordan Love taking a sack. That was going to be on Daniel Carlson being shitty.
Right. Hey, Bart, absolutely correct in that take. That was the lesser of the two evils. Take the sack, let the clock run, and give yourself a chance for that field goal.
Because
And
if the Chiefs had
Tony-
40 more seconds,
Or Tony, here, I just want to rebuttal with the Matt LaFleur thing real quick. My biggest gripe is that we burned a second-round draft pick on A.J. Dillon, and we consistently continue to use him when we had a healthy Aaron Jones, and he kept beating that horse to death. And it's like, dude, we got Aaron Jones. Like, who's telling you to use A.J. Dillon? That's my biggest.
Maybe we need to think that Aaron Jones, like maybe he's like a long reliever and not a starting pitcher. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, man. Oh, like McCarthy was the same way with
maybe
him.
he can't. Maybe they haven't ever run him 25, 30 times a game because he can't.
Yeah.
Okay, fair, but then don't just get rid of AJ Dillon. I don't know, like AJ Dillon, Matt LaFleur, like bound together because I feel like that was a Matt LaFleur call almost. I mean, it was a Gutekunst pick, but like LaFleur was the head coach, second round draft pick. That's kind of like crazy.
You want my big gripe with the Packers tonight? They still terrible calling timeouts on offense and wasting them because they have no idea what's going on with the play clock.
Oh, I disagree.
Well, Aaron
I
Rodgers
thought
was
they
the
were
king
good.
of that, though, Toby.
I thought that would go away when Rodgers left. That's the same shit.
I couldn't stand it with Rodgers. You wasting timeouts in the first half, whatever. But in the second half, you can't be wasting them. He took a delay a game. I cannot stand that. Like, I like getting up to the line, and admittedly, I haven't watched as many Packers games, but I hated under Rodgers how they wouldn't get up to the line.
Not as bad this year, Toby. Your point's well taken.
They did it multiple times tonight.
Yeah, your point's taken, but it's not as bad this year. And Bart, I will say this: when I'm seeing Love talking to the receivers and the O-line and giving signals out, and I'm seeing these hand signals back, I'm like excited. I'm like, this play is going to work. They're on the same page. Maybe that's just something crazy in my head, but it seems like there's some kind of like they're in sync now. They know what they're doing. I don't mind it as much with Love just because I think he needs to process stuff. Sometimes I think Rodgers is just being Rodgers. I don't know.
Look, I don't want to say it, but Jordan Love's already my second all-time favorite Packer quarterback. Behind
Who's
Bart
your
Starr.
number one?
Oh, Bart Starr.
Wow, he jumped Favre and
Domikowski?
I do love Diamond Don.
Hey,
What?
I want to mention a couple of guys that aren't playing with us. David Bakhtiari and Jair Alexander. Bakhtiari, they're going to move that deal, get him off the books. And then Jair, I don't know what you're going to do with this guy, but you're not getting bang for your buck from Jair either. So I would try to move him for a draft pick. But if you can dump those guys next year with the draft capital and cap space, the Packers, they're coming out of this Aaron Rodgers situation looking golden, Bart.
Yeah, I'm very excited. We're awesome.
Well, I don't know if you're awesome, but Gutekunst and his staff is doing a good job of managing this. You hated that draft pick, and it's turning out okay 4 years later.
Stalis Tom says, I spent too much time tonight figuring out if the surface area of a hand is enough to keep a grown man's ass off the ground. Is that Rasheed Rice? They have been better on broadcast with saying rear end, bottom, backside. Sometimes they even say butt now.
Wow.
They really don't like to say butt.
I did like Collinsworth or Trico said the love shove. Was that it?
Yeah.
Oh, we're very pro love shove here.
Pro
on the
love
show, I think.
shove, yeah.
Love shove was nice.
All right, a couple of things I want to do before night time. I do want to play a voicemail from Matt in the Falls.
Did he call back after the FSQ?
No. He called earlier today on the Carl's Place voicemail line. Carl of et.com/Bart for golf simulator accessories. Toby would know.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Toby's got a swing.
Yes, he does.
I don't know.
He did leave a voicemail about the Florida State situation.
I was out, but I'll stay for this. Apologies, Matt.
Hey Bart, it's me. Earmuffs warning, children. This is gonna have some F-bombs. So if you got children, get rid of them. Holy fuck! I am so fucking done with college football. This is the biggest, the most egregious pile of bullshit I have ever seen in my fucking life. We played the whole fucking season. We win every game. We beat 2 SEC opponents. and we're not in. What is the point of the season? Why play the fucking games? We showed all year that we're great. Yeah, we lost our quarterback. Big fucking deal. Our defense is half NFL. We shut down the number 14 team. They got like 10 yards. We were outrageous, ferocious. And we get our second string QB back, who was not bad in the 2 games he played. But you got to have fucking Alabama in there because, we got to have the SEC in there. SEC. What happens if we don't have the SEC? Maybe have a fucking interesting tournament for once in your goddamn pathetic, meaningless tournament like bullshit. Condoleezza Rice involved in this because this is fucking stupid.
All right, well, we'll clear that up with opening a pack of playoff.
Nice.
2020. All right, bye, Toby. 2020 playoff. Whoa. Hey. Also, more since I'm NASCAR in this episode. Splashsports.com/Winkler. We've got a $20 College Bowl pick'em pool.
That sounds fun.
Champ Bailey.
Ooh, Hall of Famer.
Jarvis Landry.
Wow.
Good player.
Mike Williams.
Which one?
I don't know.
The boomer bust.
Which team was he on? Which Mike Williams? Lions?
No,
This
I
is the
think
Chargers.
It's the Chargers.
Oh, Charger one was good.
Rookie card. Van Jefferson.
Van Jefferson. What happened, my man?
Yeah.
Ooh, rookie card. Jalen Hurts.
No, that's a good one. Wow.
Shenandoah Jones.
Chandler. Is it?
Good pack.
Friends reference.
Oh.
Deshaun Jackson.
Always.
And
Hey, Deshaun Jackson was always rumored to be a Packer, but never was a Packer.
Ricky Jackson. Another like. Sometimes they throw in some old ones. This was a good set of cards.
That's the Saints linebacker.
Yeah, they gave you some old cards and some current cards. Ian says, as an Aussie, I can't understand how 13 people get to decide everything in college football. It would, this is the thing I think of all the time is how do you explain this to anyone, how we fucking do this? Well, yeah, we've got pro football, but then we also have football that students play and like a
and the records don't matter.
70-year-olds decide.
Well, I don't even know what the Iowa caucus is, and I'm a 40-something-year-old man. I don't even know what that is.
Did you know I've been to an Iowa caucus as a reporter?
How'd that go?
It's awesome. It's
Really?
awesome. There's like 10 candidates, and then they go like, I think it was the year it was like maybe Huckabee and McCain and like these guys. And then they go, all right, anybody that wants Mike Huckabee, come stand over here. And people go stand. And then they're like, anybody that wants John McCain, come stand over here. And then they stand. And then when there's like, when they're down to like, okay, so there's 8 candidates and they go, all right, the top 5, you qualify. Everybody else, go find someone else. And then they have to go to a new part. And then they do it again. Oh, it's cool. It's cool as shit. Anyway.
So you're pro Iowa caucus?
I'm pro-democracy in action is what I am.
Do you like the electoral system?
I think it should be one person, one vote. The electoral college will never go away because it makes us feel like we're watching a game.
Yeah.
Like, oh, is he going to come back? Yeah, what if the vote's already cast? Is he going to come back? It's 10-7 early. What the fuck? Come on.
Bringing it back to sports quick. Should Texas be in the top 4?
Yes, as number 4.
Beat Alabama at Alabama. They only had 1 loss by 3 points.
Florida State should have been 3. Texas should have been 4.
So you think no SEC?
What do I give a fuck?
No, I'm with Bart on that.
Wow. I guess I'm way on the opposite.
I mean,
side
I am
of
in
that one.
Texas, so maybe.
Why is
I'm
SEC
biased.
get an automatic bid?
I think it should have been Georgia, Alabama, Michigan, Ohio State. That's who I think the top 4 should be.
Matt's got
Oh,
Matt's
shit.
got a point. Florida State should have been in there.
Yeah, what's the point? They're backup quarterback. They're 3-0 without Jordan Travis. What the fuck? Anyway, I'll talk more about that tomorrow with Shay.
All right, yeah.
Anything else, Packers? Holy shit. Very cool.
Yeah.
Well,
let's
hey,
go.
Bart, before I leave you, I mean, we've seen back. I started off with this comment. We've seen back-to-back huge wins for the Packers. They were underdogs in both of these games on national TV. I mean, that is a big deal. That's what
A
we
huge
want.
deal.
That is a
It
huge
is a big deal. Yeah.
And we are watching meaningful football after Thanksgiving well into December. And that is more than I bargained for before the year. I will fucking sign up for that all day. And we are leaders in the clubhouse for a playoff spot. So, hell, it's good to be a Packer fan.
It always is, Tone.
Good to be a Packer fan.
And an owner.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for having me on, Bart.
All right, Bart.
Ben, see ya. Tony,
Tony, nice talking.
I bid you adieu.
see ya. I'll wrap things up with some housekeeping. So I'm going to talk to Tim. I got more voicemails. Try to get Rami on sometime this week. Saw Rami over the weekend. Paul and Grant, obviously. The next live show will be Tuesday after the Bucks and Knicks. So in-season tournament's back. We'll do a live show then. There will not be, if they advance to Thursday, I got to work at CBS, so I can't do a live show because they play at 4:30. I can't do a live show. Maybe I'll do like a 5-minute in-between commercial or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll do something like that, but I can't do the live show. And then if they do make the in-season tournament final, I'll just do a watch party. I don't care. Nobody comes, I come. I'm going to watch the game. I'll stick a camera on my face. It's 2023. There's people, live Twitch streaming, watching WWE pay-per-views. Well, the fuck can I live stream a basketball game? I'll do that. All right. Thanks for staying up a little bit here on Sunday night. Packers, what a win. What an absolute incredible win. So thrilling, so great to see. And we've got a game next Monday night against the Giants. This is interesting. What a roller coaster year. I do this. Go back and listen to any show or game, YouTube after a loss, and see how fucked up it was. Maybe I'll edit something together. I'm like, hey, remember when we lost? It sounded like this. Maybe I'll do something like that. That'd be funny. I say goodnight to you. I'll talk to you soon. As always, thank you for being here. Like and subscribe. I don't say that enough. I'm going to say it more because I really need to. Everybody else says I'm going to say it. Like this video. Subscribe to my stream. Okay. All right. Thank you. Good night.